Hello and welcome to the Trudy Haynes Show. I'm Trudy, and today you will come face to face with Jim Kenney, our new mayor-elect, and his committee heads, who, by the way, will be deciding our future. And we're going to pay tribute to some icons and a first for Philadelphia. You'll also find out how to deal with your health insurance, and if you don't, you're going to pay a big fine. But right now, come with me as we revisit that day when Philadelphia revised its fabulous Walk of Fame tribute. The Tramps, Andrea McConnell, Dionne Warwick, The Roots, among 7 of the inductees into the South Philadelphia's fabulous Walk of Fame in honor of those who made musical history in, about, and for Philadelphia. Those who put us on the map with their contributions through the years with their extraordinary musical talents. And on this beautiful day in front of the Kimmel Center on South Broad, fans gathered for the ceremony to salute those who could join us in person and for those we remember. Joining 100 others placed on the walk when these events were held 29 years ago. Now, thanks to the Philadelphia Music Alliance and the Avenue of the Arts, the Walk of Fame days are here again.
Philadelphia, as you know, is not only the city of brotherly love, but also the city of music, dancing, artistry, and today we're going to honor the brand new inductees that deserve to be a part of the legacy of what Philadelphia is all about.
Well, you think the party ended here. We'll take you to the night celebration at Live Nation's Fillmore on Columbus Avenue, Philadelphia's brand new hangout, and it's great. And we'll also take you backstage later in this show. Right now, though, a brief break.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Hey, I'm Questlove, and this is the Trudy Haynes Show.
And thank you, sir. Well, welcome back to the Trudy Haynes Show. And you know, during the week that was, saw other salute specials of Philadelphia. For instance, it was the first for a Veterans Day parade, which debuted in Center City, bringing together our military, family, and friends, a big parade, the first in our city, and a great way to say thanks to our own veterans and war supporters.
All of the advisory commission.
Thank a couple of people real briefly. I want to thank Councilman O for being the point person. It's not a lot of members of council, actually it's only one, that can actually talk about what it's like to be a veteran.
That there'll be many more. Part of the planning that went into this was try to present a program that you would enjoy, a program that would truly honor our veterans.
We also said farewell to one of our local TV icons, lovely Pat Cherokee, making her departure from the Eyewitness News team, now CBS 3, where she reported and anchored for some 27 years. Friends, relatives, and her fellow TV family gathered for the farewell festivities to wish her well and good luck. And Pat, we will all miss you. Well, look them over, folks. These are some of the staff who will be affecting our lives in Philly. The transitional committee heads under Mayor mayor-elect Jim Kenney, who formally introduced him to the press and the public. So now you know. I asked him if he's ready to work with our recently new governor and the new members of City Council.
My relationship with Council President Clark has been and will be continue to be strong. The new members coming in have really terrific things to add, and I know them all and work with them during the course of the campaign. And my old colleagues have been telling me they can't wait to get started with us in working together collaboratively. And I think that that's the only way this government works, is that we all work together if for a common goal. And everyone in that council is independently elected. They have their own ideas, they have their own desires and things they want to get done, and we're going to try to help them get their good things done while they help us get our things done, and we'll do it all together.
Kashaka Irwin, our videographer, gathered the events for the day that Philadelphia paid tribute to our one and only Joe Frazier.
On my second day in office, some of you may recall, we had an open house day after the inauguration. 4,000 people came. They were lined up around and around City Hall. One of the people who came that day was Joe Frazier. He didn't bust the line. He stood in line with everyone else. He came in Conversation Hall. I could not have been more happy or thrilled. That's Joe Frazier. No pretense. No, I am who I am. He just was who he was.
In the spirit and legacy of Smoking Joe Frazier, and say congratulations and God bless.
It took a little time, but it's here, and the Fraziers say thank you.
Today is a long-awaited and much anticipated. It's a day we remember and commemorate Joe Frazier, the man, the legend, and his endearing legacy. We mark his journey from his roots in Beaufort, South Carolina, to the Olympic podium in Tokyo, Japan, to Madison Square Garden in New York, and finally home to Philadelphia. During his lifetime, Joe achieved triumphs most men only dream of. Joe was a devoted father, son, grandfather, brother, friend, and of course, he was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And that is the single most coveted crown in all of sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Reverend Blaine Newberry will bless the statue.
He really never lost a fight, because most Philadelphia fighters box, they fight, they get back up, they go to sleep, they train, they always win. Even when death came to his life, he still continued to live, and for that we give you praise, honor, and glory. Bless this Frazier family, oh God, as only you can, to the end, God, that they will all meet him again one of these old days.
Oh, my name's Tony, the Tornado. Last name's Pennycow. I grew up in right outside of North Philadelphia. I live in Harleysville, PA now. I trained down at the Marion Anderson Rec Center, 17 and Fitzwater. That's where I boxed. Before I ever started boxing, I was born a year after the Thrill in Manila. Before I ever started boxing, my dad bought me a tape. It was called The Greatest Heavyweight Punchers of All Time. And Joe Frazier was the first guy on there. And they talked about his Philadelphia left hook. And all I did was stand in front of a heavy bag for hours every day, throwing a left hook, a left hook, a left hook. So when years later, when I started boxing, they said, wow, he's got a great left hook. My right hand was terrible, but I never used it in like 7 years. And it took me a couple of years for another trainer to come into my gym to teach me how to throw a proper right hand for a guy right-handed.
Wow.
But I wanted to emulate Joe Frazier. And, you know, every time I step in the ring, I carry almost that Philadelphia legacy with me into the ring. Never give up, never say die. They knock you down, you get back up.
Philadelphia now? Actually, New York now, Philadelphia.
Okay, nice. So what are you feeling right now? What do you feel about this event?
To be honest with you, it's really like kind of a loss of words. I'm still in awe of the whole situation, but I'm real proud of my uncle. I'm glad that everything is finally done, and it's like a blessing. I'm lost for words right now. I usually can talk, but I'm just in awe right this minute.
Yeah.
Just to see the statue, and it feels like he's not going. So I'm just real proud of the situation. I'm proud of Philadelphia. I'm proud of everybody that's involved in this situation.
And what a great way to pay tribute to a great icon. And by the way, another man of action, Sylvester Stallone, came back to Philly to announce his return to the big screen. And the Trudy Haynes Show will give you that update on our next show. But coming up right now, an important message about your health insurance and the end of a perfect Walk of Fame celebration. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Wherever the wind blows, that's where I'm gonna go. Wherever it takes me, that's where I wanna be. Got to be, got to be, got to be, got to believe, got to see it to believe.
Well, okay, folks, listen up. As you know, we've been all getting a lot of mail about health insurance, and you just get confused like me, and you don't know what to do about it. But you can't just throw it away. And here's why. Mike Tendler is here to help us diffuse all the information that we're getting about health insurance. And I'm so glad you came all the way from upstate.
Yes, I did.
To do this, and it's very important that you pay attention because you only have a short window in order to be covered. And that's very important.
It's very important.
I want to welcome you to the Trudy Haynes Show.
Thank you, ma'am.
And you are the director or the CEO or the boss.
The boss man.
About the Mike Tendler Group. What is that? What do you do?
Tendler Group is a diversified financial company. We have a lot of different flows of income, energy, but primarily we help people through the Obamacare maze.
Hallelujah, because
it's a maze.
We have gotten so much information about different insurance companies, and we don't know where to go. Obamacare, Aetna, Blue Cross, AARP, you don't name
Well, I'm
it.
going to straighten this all up for you, okay? You mind if I start, Ms.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me give you an idea. I'm going to say this to you, just to clear up this myth so everybody understands. The term Obamacare, which is a bromide for the Affordable Care Act, okay? Somebody gave it the name Obamacare, although President Obama really didn't have anything to do with it. It was the Congress and the Senate who passed the law, but he eventually signed it. In 2010, they came up with the Patient Protection and the Affordable Care Act. It is simply the rules that health insurance companies have to live by.
In other words, it itself is not an insurance company.
No, it is not. It is not an insurance company. It never was an insurance company. It just regulates the health insurance companies and gives them the rules to live by. So whether you're Aetna or Blue Cross or Kaiser or Geisinger or whomever, everybody's on the same playing field.
And everybody has to have some form of medical insurance.
No exception. No exception. The open enrollment period starts November 1st, and it goes to January 31st. In that time frame, you have to enroll in some health insurance plan.
Now that's like getting an insurance plan for your car.
Yes, no doubt.
Automobile insurance.
Same thing. That's exactly right.
Okay.
It's exactly right. You have to, if you don't get health insurance under that time frame, then you're subject to a fine. You can be fined.
And that's high.
It's $695 if you do not file by January 31st, and they take it right out of your refund, and they can charge you an additional $132 per youngster.
Okay, stop right there.
Okay.
We've got a lot of people who aren't employed.
Are employed or not employed?
Oh.
Are employed?
Are not employed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who say, I can't afford $700 just to give to the government for my health, and I'm not getting anything for it. What happens?
Well, then
you're in trouble.
Well,
that's what you're trying to say.
I'm going to say taxable. In the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Medicaid has now been implemented. Now, what does that mean? What that means is if one does not qualify for Obamacare, which
you can't afford it.
You can't afford it.
Qualify. You can't afford it.
You cannot afford it. Then you're going to go into Medicaid. And Medicaid is free health insurance. It's free. Now, the other thing about Medicaid is, and the other good thing is, that there's a program called CHIPS, the Children's Health Insurance Program, Children's Health Insurance Plan. That's terrific because that gives youngsters free health insurance, okay? But
you have to qualify.
You have to qualify.
And that means you don't have nothing.
That means it goes like this. Here's how it goes. When you apply for Obamacare, there are basically a few criteria you have to keep in mind. Number one is it's based on family size. So if you're married with children, or you're single, or you're just a new couple, whatever the case may be, or no, seniors, Obamacare stops at Medicare. It's prior to Medicare, so basically it's before 65.
Okay.
Okay. So you're a family of one or two, you're whatever the case may be, a family of four, your family size is the first criterion. Mm-hmm. Now, the second criterion, of course, is your zip code. They go by zip code. But the most important, where people get confused, is it is based on your income, but it's based on your gross adjusted income. Now, what does that mean? And I'm not an accountant, Ms. Haynes, and I don't mean to be. But what I'm saying is gross adjusted income means that after you file your income tax and you got your top line, you pay your mortgage deduction, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you're self-employed, you have expenses, advertising expenses, whatever it is. Then you come down to that bottom line. That bottom line is your gross adjusted income. That is the income that is used for establishing your premium.
Now let's go back just
a
little bit.
Okay.
There are two types of insurance that you come under. Either you got to take a supplement insurance to the health insurance.
Medicare.
Yeah.
Medicare.
No, that's Medicaid. Okay, that's Medicaid.
Medicare.
But Medicaid is
income.
if you have if you below the around the poverty
yes,
line.
Correct.
In your gross income.
Correct.
Or the bottom line income.
Correct.
Okay, let's go back to the ones that have to pay. If you don't have insurance, you're going to meet a deadline and you're going to have to pay for it.
Yes, if you don't, I mean, for the Obamacare?
Yeah.
It's the law, Trudy. It's the law. And that means you have to apply for Obamacare. It's the law. Now, if you don't, then you're going to pay a penalty. And that penalty can be hefty. It's $695 in 2016. And
it goes up.
It goes up to, I forget what it goes up to in 2017, but it's almost $1,000. And remember, you're paying $162 some per child, so it can get to be very, very expensive, and it comes right out of your tax refund.
So don't wait. Don't think that you're going to get away with it. It is the law. You're going to have to do it, and you're going to pay a penalty if you don't do it.
Yeah.
Now, how do we weed through all of these? All of this information that we're getting about all these different companies.
Okay, here's how we do it. Let me give you some good news.
Okay.
Here's the good news. The good news is that in the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, there are certain things that have been implemented that are to our advantage as consumers, okay? Number one is there is no lifetime limit on health care. What that means is, God forbid we go into the hospital for some emergency surgery or we're really stricken with a horrible disease, and that bill is ad infinitum. There is no limit to what the insurance company has to pay. There used to be, there is no more. Number two, it's guaranteed issue, which means there are no pre-existing conditions. So if you are ill, diabetes, heart attack, stroke, cancer, any of those things, whatever it may be, you cannot be denied for Obamacare. Okay, that's good. Okay. Also, There is no premium or no raise in premium for the female gender. There used to be, under traditional health insurance, the gals would pay more because they would have the wellness, the mammograms, pap smears. Those things are totally free, right? So you can go to the doctor and get those handled for free. And lastly is, if you have a youngster 26 years or under, they can be on your plan up until their 26th birthday. So that's kind of an advantage, meaning that the kids don't have to go out and get their own insurance. They can stay on mom and dad's plan.
Okay, but how do you decide what's best for you? Which company?
Well, here's what you do.
Can you recommend?
No, but I can't recommend, but here's what I can recommend. When you're looking at health insurance, you have to consider a number of things. First of all is, what premium is manageable for your family? Okay? That's number one, right? And if we can't afford the premium, we're going to drop the health insurance, or we didn't gain anything, right?
And all of them have different ones.
They all have different ones, which we're going to talk about. Remember, it's based on family size and gross adjusted income, okay? Also, you have to determine for your family whether doctor's visits and doctor visits copays are important, because if I have 4 children who come home with the runny noses and the sniffles and the soccer treatments, soccer injuries, you're going to go to the doctor and you want a low copay, okay? Also, you want to make sure, and this is very important, Trudy, I'm going to give you a Mikeism here. This is a Mikeism. When you're evaluating your plan with Obamacare, which we're going to talk about, you want to make sure that your drug coverage is not subject to the deductible. Because if your drug coverage is subject to a deductible, and that deductible is $1,000, and you got to go get little Johnny or Susie some medication, you're going to have to pay for it out of pocket because it's subject to your deductible.
Hold everything right there. I think we can't do all of it on this little one show that we have. So I'd like right now for the people to get a pencil and paper, get your phone number
and tell me where to go.
You can call Mike. He'll go over this with you line by line so that you each person fully understands.
I'm going to take it one step better. If they have a computer, they will call me. You'll give them my number there, Ms. Haynes, and I will take them on a web conference. I will take them to www.healthcare.gov and go through the plan with them line item by line item and help them design a plan that makes sense.
They're calling you already. You hear that, don't you? They're calling you already because people are really confused with this and they need help.
You think you're kidding. This is ongoing.
Yeah.
I am the busiest guy in town.
All right, let's give them the number to call.
Okay, area code 717-745-8900.
Now, if you call that number, Mike, and you don't charge.
No, I'm not permitted to do that.
Well, hallelujah.
It's free.
Not if you can't go.
Not only am I handsome, but I'm free.
Please call Mike Tendler, Tendler.
Yes.
Call him today. I see you're already calling. Call him today and find out how he can take you through each step to find out what is best for your family or for you.
Or steer you in the right direction, yeah.
So I want to certainly thank you for coming. This has been invaluable. He has a lot of information to give you. I just don't have time in this show to give it all, but he's going to give it to you free as soon as you can call and make an appointment to talk to him.
Yes.
Fair enough?
Yes.
Fair enough. Now, we dragged him all the way from upstate to come here to tell you this. So please take advantage of it and remember that your deadline is?
No, January 31st.
So it's got to be in before then.
Yes.
Good luck, and we'll be right back on the Trudy Haynes Show.
Hunger affects nearly 900,000 people in the Delaware Valley. The number of people right here in our community, especially children and the elderly, who aren't sure where their next meal is coming from is unsettling. But there's something we can do to help. At City Team, we believe in helping people who have fallen on hard times, and we believe there's a way to help people respectfully, preserving their dignity. What began in 1989 as a once-weekly community meal is now a full kitchen, serving 3 meals a day, every day of the year. In 2013, we converted our traditional food pantry to create a grocery store-style experience, offering fresh produce and full choice options for our households in need of food. In 2015, we launched a new project called Hope Cafe. Each Saturday at City Team, our cafeteria becomes a restaurant experience for the hungry, offering a menu with multiple entree options. Volunteers serve as the waitstaff and kitchen helpers. After dinner, all are welcome to stay for a time of music and teaching that gives our guests an opportunity to engage with God in their own way. With each bit of growth, we have remained true to our purpose of serving the way Jesus did, filled with compassion, serving humbly, and giving opportunity to share hope with people in the midst of painful circumstances. And we depend on people like you to donate, volunteer, and help change the lives of people in need.
Well, finally, let me take you to the night of the Walk of Fame celebration, which was studded with the honorees and a gang of who's who. Take a look, see if you recognize those you might know, or were you there?
Chubby Checker, he gave us the twist.
Well, we've had a lot of fun with you today. Join us next week because we're going to salute men and male fashions. You're going to love it. Have a good one. Have a blessed day.